you are supposed to forecast. That means you are supposed to give the estimated profit, 50% capacity. What is the estimated sales? Semi-variable expenses will not change between 45 to 60, so we have not changed this. 13 lakh is a sale, so sales is more, and total cost is how much? Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students. Second problem which I actually gave you yesterday, and this is what it is: prepare a flexible budget, and I had given you the question and we solved it together. The only thing is the 100% capacity which you are supposed to actually do. This is what the answers are. Please do copy if you have not written the answers. If you have written the answers, then please verify this. If you feel that whatever is the answer which I have given you and what you have written is both the same, that means the answer is correct, and that is how you people can actually like and comment in the YouTube channel. So here, students, 50%, 75% and 100% what we have calculated. I'll give you a difference here, right? So you will get to know why these things happens. So if you carefully understand, 50% if we produce 1000 units, 100% it will be 2000 units. But I want you people to concentrate more on the total cost. The more you produce, the total cost becomes less. That is, total cost per unit will become less. Say example here, total cost is how much? 375. So if you produce at 50% capacity, you are incurring 375 rupees per unit. The same way, if you go with 75 production, what happens is now the total cost is less. That is 336.66 paisa. That means what? The more you are manufacturing the product, the total cost will be less. And now when you come to 100%, what has happened is it is 317 rupees 50 paisa. Now if you compare 50% and 100%, see here, you have a difference. That is 375 minus 317. If you go with it, 375 minus 317.5. So 57 rupees 50 paisa you are actually saving if you produce more. That's the only reason. What people do is they always produce or they manufacture in bulk because they want the total cost per unit to be less. Now the question for you is, why total cost per unit should be less? The answer would be, there are two things. One, I'll just give you. You can actually maximize your profit, and one more thing is there, and that you are supposed to comment in the YouTube. Why do you think total cost per unit should be less? That is what the question for you today. So let's go with the next problem. The next problem is a very complicated problem is what you people will feel, but when we start solving, you will get to know that it's very easy. Step by step, let's go with it. I'll teach you the working note, plus I'll teach you how to actually write all the figures correct. Now, the first one here is the problem number 3. The following information at 50% capacity. That means what? Whatever is this data which is given, it is all 50% capacity is given. Prepare a flexible budget and forecast profit loss. Now understand here, the first thing here in this problem they have given you is you are supposed to forecast. That means you are supposed to give the estimated profit or loss. See, whenever you get this question like profit and loss, that means somewhere there will be a loss or somewhere there will be a profit. So we should calculate whether there is a profit or there is a loss in this problem. At 70% and 90% capacities, that means they're asking us to find out the profit for 70% and 90% if you manufacture in future. So here, sales at 50% activity. What are the sales? See, last two problems we never came across the word sales because we only went with total cost. But now we have something called sales. At 50% activity, sales is 10 lakh rupees. So we are supposed to take sales as 10 lakh rupees in 50% capacity. Now, direct material 2 lakh rupees. Now understand here, this problem you don't have per unit. In the last two problems, we had something called per unit, and later we used to multiply with the units and we used to get the amount. Now they have given us directly, that is direct material is 2 lakh rupees, labor is 2 lakh 50, direct expenses is there. Now here, if you carefully understand, they have only given the partition. They have said semi-variable cost or semi-variable expenses. They are repair, indirect labor, other expenses. So we have three entries, and that is the format is also given, that is 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh 50, and then 90,000 rupees respectively. Next one here we have is administration expenses. See, they have not given any of the brackets. Earlier in the last two problems, we had taken the problem where administration expenses was 50% fixed or 60% fixed, but now here they have not given anything. Whenever they will not give you anything, let me tell you here, students, please write down this in your book. Administration expenses, only when they have not given any other adjustments related to that, it is always 100% fixed cost. What is that? Administration expenses is always what? Fixed cost. The same way you have one more adjustment saying that selling and distribution. If they have not given anything in the bracket, whether it is how much percent variable or how much percent fixed, it is always 100% variable cost, selling and distribution expenses. Now in the next one we have fixed expenses. Again they have given, that is salaries, rent, depreciation. And I told you last problem, depreciation, the minute you get it, you usually what you do is you subtract it in financial accounting and cost accounting, but in management accounting you are not supposed to subtract depreciation, because in the entire flexible budget there is nothing called subtraction, it is only addition. So let's solve the problem, but the problem is only half till here. Now let's check the other half of the problem. Now other information related to this problem, the first one is it is estimated that fixed expenses will remain constant at all the capacity. See here, this adjustment is very important. You people need to actually go with each and every adjustment. Whether they give or they don't give, always fixed expenses are constant. It is always what? They are constant. Second one is semi-variable expenses. Now they are talking about semi-variable expenses will not change between 45% and 60%. That means what happens here is wherever they go with 45% to 60%, that means in between what all comes, right? It is all same is what they say. That means it remains constant. Will rise by 10% between 60% and 75%. That means what? They are only telling that semi-variable cost will increase by 10% when it comes. See here, 45 to 60, it is what? Same. You should not change. This is the first one, A. Let's go with B. Now they say that 60% to 75%. Now the slab is there. Now what happens is semi-variable will change, that is they'll increase by 10%. See, if they say they decrease by 10%, you are supposed to subtract it by 10%. If they say increase by 10%, you are supposed to add by 10%. This is what the adjustment is. And then lastly they say that and further increases by 5%. How much percent? 5% when capacity crosses 75%. That means what here happens is 75% and above. If it goes, now the slab says that it increases by 5%. This is what your working note will be. So let's go to the question, and quickly we will actually go with the tabulation as well, right? So the question is like this. We are supposed to prepare for 70% and 90%. So let's go with the working notes here. The first working note which you are supposed to go with is working note. Okay, now the working note here, they say is first one, second, and third. You just write it like this, right? Now, sales at 50% activity. That means here, 50% activity. Sales is how much? That is 10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees. Now, second one, we are supposed to go with what? 70% and 90%. 70% and we have 90%. Now what you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to calculate for 70% and 90%. But here students, if you carefully understand, they have only given estimated sales of various capacity. What is it? Estimated sales of various capacities are given as follows. They have only given, that is, at 70% capacity, sales are 13 lakh rupees. And at 90% capacity, sales will be 15 lakh. See, if they have given, you are supposed to take the same things, right? Now, what exactly you are supposed to do here? You should go with 70% is how much? 13 lakh. And 90% is how much? 15 lakh. Again here, rupees, we'll go with the symbol rupees. If they wouldn't have given, what you were supposed to do is, you will go with the cross multiplication, right? But because it is already given, that is estimation is already done, you will write the 13 and 15. So this is the first working note which we are supposed to go. Next one, let's actually prepare the flexible budget tabulation. Now I have given you all the things, variable cost separate, then semi-variable cost separate, then we will go with it, we'll add, we get TVC, total variable cost, denote that has A, then we'll go with fixed cost, then fixed expenses. Both if we add, we will get total fixed cost, that is, you need to denote that as B. And the last one here is TC, that is A plus B. Because they have given us sales, we are supposed to find profit and losses. So that is what the question they are asking us, and we are supposed to go with it. See here, nowhere I've given you per unit column. The reason is, in the entire problem, we don't have unit column, that is per unit column. So let's start with our first thing. So we'll write down all the entries here. Now at 50%, the first is the base. This is the base 50%, which has been given in the examination question. So let's go with it. Direct material, how much is it? We'll go for a quick one. Direct material is 2 lakh rupees, labor is 2 lakh 50, and direct expenses 40,000. So we'll write as it is 2 lakh, then 2 lakh 50 and 40,000 rupees. So here we'll write 2 lakh, then 2 lakh 50, and direct expenses was 40,000. Done. So till here we got the numbers properly. I want you people to prepare this, and while I'm explaining you, please don't write down the numbers. I want you people to carefully understand the question and then go for it, right? Next one is, we have this repair, indirect labor, other expenses. These are the semi-variable costs. Which are they? They are the semi-variable costs. You can write a heading here also, semi-variable costs, and then you can write repair, indirect labor, and other expenses. Let's write down. Here we have repair is 1 lakh, then indirect labor is 1 lakh 50, and then we have 90,000, that is other expenses. So we'll write very quick, that is here 1 lakh. We'll write here 1 lakh, then 1 lakh 50,000, and then 90,000 is the other one. So quickly we are supposed to calculate now. Now we have 2 lakh, then 2 lakh 50, then 40, 1 lakh, 1 lakh 50, and 90. Totally it is, say you get 8 lakh 30,000. Please calculate using your calculator. right? So we got the first one, that is a variable cost, is all done. Now we'll go with a fixed cost. Now when we go with the fixed cost here, I told you administration expenses, when they have not given any bracket slabs, whether it is semi or something, if it is given just like that administration expenses, we are supposed to take that for 100% fixed cost. So let's go with administration expenses. Here administration expenses is 70,000 rupees. Then we have salary is 50, then we have 40 and 60. 70, 50, 40, 60. Memorize that. 70, 50, 40 and 60. So we'll write here 70,000. Then salary is 50,000. Rent is 40. And then depreciation is 60,000. 70, 50, 40 and 60. So 70, 50, 40, 60 we have taken this entries also. So take your calci and then go with it. We have 70 plus 50 plus 40 plus 60. It is 2,20,000. So we have 2,20,000 rupees. Now total cost is there. What is total cost? Total cost is always A plus B. Now we have 8,30,000. 8 lakh plus 2 lakh is 10 lakh. 10 lakh plus 30 and 20 is 10,50,000. So we got here total cost 10,50,000. Till here we are done. We don't know whether it is profit or loss, but in our problem, students, 50% capacity, what is the estimated sales? Problem says sales at 50% activity is how much? 10 lakh rupees. So we'll write here sales is how much for 50% capacity, that is 10 lakh rupees. So we'll write here 10 lakh. Now we know that sales is lesser, total cost is more. That means it is a loss. So how much loss? 50,000 rupees is loss. So that one we will write in the bracket, that is 50,000. You can write minus 50,000, no issues. This is our loss for 50% capacity. Now the same thing what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to calculate for 70%. So I'll teach you how to go with the 70% calculation. But in the problem they said something. Let's go with the estimation and the adjustment. The first information is it is estimated that fixed expenses will remain constant. That means it is the same one. That means from where the fixed cost is administration, salary, rent, depreciation and total fixed cost remains same in all the capacity. That means here again we will write 70,000, then 50,000, we have 40,000 and the last one is 60,000. The same way here also 70. Now why am I writing the same entry? Because it remains constant. Total fixed cost is always same. It remains constant. Here we have 50, 40. The last one is here 60,000 and the total is 2,20,000. Carefully we are supposed to write all the entry. I know that flexible budget for you right now it is getting very easier day by day because of your practice, and I'm telling you here students, let me tell you here students, perfect practice make a man perfect. So let's go with the next one here. We need to add it. Before that we should write the variable cost as well. So let's go with the variable cost. Now there is a calculation of variable cost which is the second working note which I'll teach you here. Let's go for the second working note. So here we will write here the second working note. So what is a working note here? They said that variable cost remains same, that is semi-variable cost. Now which are the semi-variable costs? These are the semi-variable costs, not this one. Now semi-variable is till here. Now these three are the semi-variable costs which remain constant from 45% to 60%. See, 45 to 60 means 50%. This is the same. Now they said something else also. Let's go with the adjustment here. Semi-variable expenses will not change between 45 to 60. So we have not changed this. It's done same. B, 60% to 75%. Now see here, 45% to 60%, it is same. That is the reason we are maintaining the same thing. But 60% to 75%, they increase by 10%. Now understand this adjustment carefully. That means here, semi-variable, these things are there, right? The 100, 150 and 90, that is the base one. They will increase by 10%. Now that means 1 lakh plus 10%. Now 1 lakh's 10% is 10,000 rupees. So we will write 1 lakh 10,000 here. So what is it? 1 lakh 10,000. I'll teach you how to go with this working note. Now we have here, the heading is repair. We'll write here repair. Earlier we had repair is for how much? 1 lakh. Now we need to add that by 10%. Now 10% in the sense how much it is? 10,000. So 1 lakh plus, that is here plus, so it is 1 lakh 10,000. The same way here, 1 lakh 50,000 plus 10% in the sense 15,000 is added to it. Now 1 lakh 50 plus 15,000 is 1 lakh 65,000. Same way, 90,000 plus 10% is 9,000. So 90 plus 9,000 is 99,000. So we got our semi-variable also. The same way, if we calculate for the next slab, that is again here, if you understand, further increases by 5% when capacity crosses 75%. 75%. This is only for semi-variable cost, not for 100% variable. It is only for semi-variable cost. Now what happens here is we need to increase by 5%. Please don't increase it from 70% to the 5%. You are supposed to go, see, this is the base. These are the base things, right? Only from there you are supposed to increase. Now half of it, of 10%, half of it is the 5%, right? So 1 lakh plus 5%. So it is 1 lakh 5,000. 1 lakh 5,000. Now 1 lakh 50,000 plus 5%. If you have any doubt, what is that you should do is take a calculator. 1 lakh 50,000 into say 5% is 7,500. So you are supposed to add 1 lakh 57,500. 1 lakh 57,500. Now you have 90,000. Now 5% in the sense 4,500. So if you add it as 94,500. So this is what the semi-variable for 90% is. Now how to calculate these things? How to calculate these things? I'll tell you here. Now this is the third working note which I'll be explaining it to you. Third working note. Now how the third working note happens here is we need to say that 50%. What is the direct material here? We will go with the working note for direct material. Now for 50% it is 2 lakh rupees. For 70% how much is a question mark. Now you know how to solve this because it's a cross multiplication. 70 will go here and 50 will come here. That is 70 into 2 lakh divided by 50. So this is what the working note would be. Now that means here 0 and 0 get cancelled. 5 1s are. Now we will go with it. 5 4s are 20. 0 0 and 0. 4,000. So total 70 and 4. 7 4s are is 28. So we got how much? 28 in the sense 2,80,000. So we'll write here 2,80,000. The same way, what is that you should do? 2,50,000 is the direct labor here. Direct labor is how much? 2,50,000. How the working note goes, I'll just explain it to you here now. We'll go with this. We'll check the next working note. and I will be giving you the homework for today, the third working note, and it is for direct labor. Direct labor for 50%. For 50%, it is 2,50,000. For 70%, how much? Again, cross multiply. That is 70 into 2,50,000 divided by 50. Now 50 ones, 50. Say 5s are 25. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 5,000. So 7 5s are 35. That means 3 lakh. 7 5s are 35. 3 lakh 50,000 is what we got. The same way here, direct expenses. Let's go with the direct expenses one. We'll delete this for direct expenses. Okay. So let's go with the working note for DM is done, DL is done. Now direct expenses. So we'll go with direct expenses here. That is 40,000. So 50% is there, and it is 40,000 rupees. So for 70%, how much? Again, cross multiplication is what we are supposed to do. Now it is 70 into 40,000 divided by 50 we have. So 50 ones are 50, 8s is 400. So we have 00 here. And the same way here also I have done where 50 and 5 5s are. So this 0 is not there. So it is 70 into 5,000. That is what you got, 3,50,000. Now we have 70 into 8. 7 8s is so we have 70 into 800. That is 7 8s is 56. Now that means 56,000. So we will write here 56,000. Done. So we got 56,000. So let's add each and everything. We have 280 plus 350 plus 56 plus 110, then 165, and we have 99. Total it is 10,60,000. So we'll write here 10,60,000. Now we need to add 10,60,000 plus 2,20,000. Now we got 10 lakh. 10 lakh and 2 lakh is 12 lakh. 12 lakh 80 is what we get. 12,80,000 is what we got. Now, what is the profit or loss, or what is the total sales estimation? Now we need to go back. 70% capacity, sales will be how much? 13 lakh. Again, how much is it? 13 lakh is what we are getting. So that means here sales at 70%, we are supposed to write how much? 13 lakh is what we should write here. So we'll get 13 lakh. 13 lakh is a sale. So sales is more, and total cost is how much? 12,80,000. That means you are incurring profit of how much? 20,000. 20,000 is the profit. Now you don't need to put it in the bracket, because that is what will give you a picture that you have made a profit. The same way here also we are supposed to do. And what is the base? Don't take 2,80,000 and then go with it. I'll tell you what you are supposed to do. 70%, how will the working note will be? I'll just erase those working note for you. Now the same way here we are supposed to deal. I'll teach you the working notes, and I'll be giving you a homework for sure, and you are supposed to get me the answers properly. In the next session I'll teach you one more problem of flexible budget, so that will be very easy for us to solve the board examination question of flexible budget. That's a 15 marks question. I'll teach you how to go with it. So let's erase everything. Now we'll go with this, the working note. This is the fourth working note. Working note for 90%. Now 90%. The first one is your direct material. Then we have direct labor and direct expenses. So these are the things: direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. For direct material, what is that you should do is, for 50%, direct material is, for 50% it is 2 lakh. So we are supposed to calculate for how much? 90%. For 90%, how much? So what is it? Cross multiplication. 90 into 2 lakh divided by 50 is what you will get the answer. For direct labor, the same way here. For 50%, direct labor is how much? 2 lakh 50,000. For 90%, how much? Again, cross multiplication. Then here 50%, I incurred 40,000 direct expenses. Now for 90%, how much? Again, cross multiply, and you will be writing the answers here. Later you calculate, then you write the total variable cost. Now what happens is, fixed cost remains same. So TVC plus TFC, you are supposed to write the total cost. And here students, the estimated sales for 90% is given in the problem, that is 15 lakh. So you will be writing how much? 15 lakh here. So you will write here 15 lakh. Now whatever the total cost is, if it is exceeding or if it is less, you know what is the profit and what is the loss. You are supposed to just write it, type it, and then send it in the YouTube comment, and then I'll check. Next session, I'll teach you if you have done any mistakes, and let's verify our answers. Now, hope you people got this and how to calculate the flexible budget. It is a 15 marks question, and all the 3 questions which we have solved, it is from the model paper, as well as the same question has come in the main examination of 2018, 19, and even in many of the 2016 and 15 question paper. So I'll be solving only the question paper problems. So I want you people to concentrate more, and then from the first till the last, if you are with us, I'll tell you, it is easy for us to score 100 on 100 if we concentrate properly in our subjects. So thank you so much. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.